Hello again from Tubetown. This is Prep Football Tonight, sponsored by National Scouting Report. Thanks for checking us out on YouTube and Facebook, and of course on Channel 21 in Northeast Arkansas and Channel 11 in West Tennessee. In case you missed our Facebook Live video earlier this week, we owe everyone out there a big thanks for making our first week of live football on YouTube a big success.
That's right, we doubled our YouTube subscribers after one game, so word is definitely spreading. But we want you to continue to spread the word. It is now even easier to find us on YouTube. Simply go to youtube.com/tubetownonline. There you will find the archive of Tubetown programming on our page, as well as links to every live football game we will have this season.
Also, don't forget to spread the word that our new Tubetown Facebook page is up. There you can find info about all the Tubetown Rivalry series, games, and other local events. Not only that, we are supplementing your live coverage on YouTube by bringing you behind-the-scenes looks every game day on Facebook Live. You'll definitely want to tune in this Friday for the M&M Bowl for some behind-the-scenes looks because it's going to be a big production.
If you would like to be a part of our game day experience in the Tubetown Rivalry series, contact us about being a sponsor. Call us at 870-336-2318, email us at tubetown@rittermail.com, or send us a message on social media. Now let's recap the action from last week and take a look at the highlights from Covington and Munford.
Okay from the referee, sends the offense in motion, handoff up the right side across the 40, across the 35, down to about 45-yard line. Faking the handoff up the middle, it's a handoff for Hayes around the outside, stutter step across the 50 to 45, spinning at the 40, Washington to the right. Davenport looking to throw, over the middle, caught by Washington at the 25. That'll fourth down play. Davenport looking to throw, takes a shot deep down the field, he's got Washington at the 30, caught, struck down out of bounds at the 25-yard quarter. Hand off to Hayes. Hayes avoids one defender in the backfield. Still on his feet. He's at the 5. He's going to score. Chaz Hayes puts the first backs in the backfield. Fake the handoff. Pump fake. Now he's going to run with it. Threw it. Caught it at the 40-yard line. And I don't know if he was across the line of scrimmage before he let that one fall. Under center. Hands it off to Gant. Gant's across the 40, the 35. The 30 still on his feet down to the 25. How about that run for the Cougars? Lomax takes the snap, gets away a great punt, taken by Washington at the 20. Cuts back to the middle of the field, he's across the 30, the 40, he's at midfield, the 50, just the punter left a beat, and Lomax takes him down. What a kick is up, and that one looked like it went through. There's the signal, and it did.
On their side right now.
Davenport's going to throw it deep down the field on the left side, got a man in the end zone, touchdown.
No flag.
And that is Will Hank. It is the first time tonight. They're still going to keep it on the ground. Lomax keeps it himself, running up the middle of the field. He's got daylight across the 50, the 40. It's a foot race to the finish across the 20, 15, 10, 5 touchdown. And just like that.
That quickly it can change.
Just
Lomax.
Referee had to take a moment to note that. Hand off to Page. No, Lomax kept it himself. He fumbled it. And who got it?
Munford mixed things up early on with some runs and passes from Nathan Davenport, including the big one to Keelan Washington, before Chaz Hayes slipped past defenders for the 11-yard TD run. That gave the Cougars a 6-0 lead going into halftime. Now, Keelan Washington had himself a great day, returning the second half kick 45 yards, setting up an eventual Cougar field goal. Now, the Cougars up 9-0 now going into the fourth quarter. They had go up 16-0 on their first drive of the fourth quarter when Nathan Davenport hit Will Hankins with that 25-yard bomb in the end zone. Cougars get a fourth quarter jolt. Chargers get a fourth quarter jolt, however, when quarterback Brock Lomax kept it straight up the middle for the 67-yard TD run. Unfortunately for Covington, Lomax would fumble it right back to Munford with about 6 minutes left in the game, allowing the Cougars to chew up clock from there. Your final in Week 1 of the Tubetown Rivalry Series is Covington 6, Munford 16.
Let's take a moment to see what our friends and sponsors at National Scouting Report do. And we'll hear from Larry Perrin as he talks about the latest at NSR, his thoughts on the Covington and Munford game, and the big M&M Bowl this week. Here is National Scouting Report's Larry Perrin.
we've got a lot of things going on at NSR right now, which kind of dictates my time. We created a wonderful partnership with 10,000 Pencils. If you're not familiar with the 10,000 Pencils, you may be familiar with the young lady that's in charge of that. A young lady named Brittany Wagner. Brittany Wagner is the academic advisor now for National Scouting Report. And Brittany is the young lady that was on the Netflix documentary Last Chance U. She was the advisor for East Mississippi Community College there in Scuba. And so she joined our team, and it's really a big deal for us to have an academic advisor, especially one of Brittany's caliber, and we're really excited about this partnership moving forward. There's other things going on, but right now it's football season, and the big things going on with NSR is what our NSR athletes are doing. We've had some wonderful reports from around the region of the Arkansas kids and their scrimmages and how they performed and how they did as a team. Brooklyn Bearcats, they had a good scrimmage versus Hoxie, and I can't remember the other team, but Reed Lane really had a real good scrimmage, as well as Devin Sloan. Devin's the big tight end for Brooklyn, has already got offers from Missouri Baptist. So Rudy Gilliam did a great job. Dallin O'Donohue did his normal solid performance, so really excited about the Brooklyn Bearcats team. We also heard that Rivercrest had a good showing the other night, and Big Dylan Trapp is starting to really come into his own. He is a specimen to behold. This kid's big, and he can move. But another big kid we've got is Jordan Henricks from Highland. Jordan is 6'5", 350 plus pounds, with feet like a ballerina. And Jordan was one of the kids that we found at the Blitz Combine Series, and he had a good scrimmage. Wouldn't be complete without talking about Cade Gartman. Cade Gartman had a great scrimmage this week. Cade is set to break all kinds of records for Truman High School. When he ends his high school career, he'll be one of the most highly decorated athletes in Northeast Arkansas. And he's got colleges really looking at him from all across the South here. So just an exciting time for these athletes. And I hope I haven't failed to mention some of them, but those are the ones that have reported to me about their scrimmages. Also, Bryce Carpenter and David Keys from Manila, they were two good boys that we work with. They've had good scrimmages over there as well. So excited about the Arkansas scrimmages, but we're going to get back to Tennessee this week, and we're gonna see what's going on with the M&M Bowl. I'm pretty excited about that after the way Munford played against Covington last week. We're ready to go to the M&M Bowl and check those kids out over there. We work with T.J. Scott. T.J. Scott was part of the offensive and defensive lines, and the defensive line was named the most valuable player of the game. And you could tell in that Covington game when the defensive and offensive lines from Munford just imposed their will in the game and took the game over and really just changed the outcome of the game. And again, Millington and Munford, the M&M Bowl, it's a huge event. It's my favorite game of the year. But I just see Munford doing the same thing this week with their offensive and defensive lines being the dominant force of the game. I live down here in Alabama now, and everybody knows that, but I'm still able to scout and evaluate these games through the partnerships that Tubetown has with YouTube, and we're able to look at these games, and I can go back and replay them, and check out some kids that I saw during the live coverage and check out their footage at the replay. And it's just it's an advantage for me working that region up there. I can still do my job as a scout, but I can do it from a remote location down here in Alabama, and it really is a helpful tool to us. And from what I'm getting feedback from parents, feedback from fans in the region, it's an awesome method to broadcast these games. I had grandparents of some of my kids texting me and saying how grateful they were to Tubetown for having these games on YouTube like this where they could check them out. So I just am excited about this format that they're using, and I look forward to really grow.
Thanks again to Larry Perrin and National Scouting Report for sponsoring Prep Football Tonight.
Now it's time to talk about this week's Tubetown Rivalry Series matchup, the big M&M Bowl between Munford and Millington. And we know what Munford did last week, and we know they'll be marching over to Millington 1-0 on the season. So what about Millington? Well, Coach Michael and his Trojans traveled to Bolton to open up the season last week. Tommy Clifton is back at quarterback for his sophomore year, and he has some pretty talented guys around him. Gabe Christopher, the junior, he does it all. Then you have two guys that look quite a bit different. They provide a pretty good 1-2 punch. The 210-pound senior running back Justin Coleman is a bowling ball out there, while the 5'4", 120 junior running back Eddie Macklin is a blur.
Millington jumped out to a quick 14-0 lead in the first quarter and didn't score again. Bolton scored 6 in the third and 6 in the fourth to make it 14-12 with under 2 minutes to go. Inside the 5-yard line, Millington forces a Bolton turnover and holds on for the win, 14-12. So both Munford and Millington will be walking into this year's M&M Bowl 1-0.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Prep Football Tonight. Now, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tubetown Online, like and follow our brand new Facebook page, Tubetown Online, and follow us on Twitter @Tubetown. Also check out our website, tubetownonline.com.
Another big thanks to Larry Perrin and National Scouting Report for sponsoring Prep Football Tonight. And a big thanks to all of you who made Week 1 of the Tubetown Rivalry Series a huge success. Let's do Week 2 even bigger. The M&M Bowl is coming to Millington. We'll leave you with a quick look at area scores from last week. Thanks for watching and enjoy the game.